We're underway here at Hard Rock. It is a fired-up crowd. How about the lead on these boys? Because we do that. To the end zone, touchdown Dolphins, going nowhere. That pass is picked. Unbelievable. He's got him. This one is one we can remember, okay? This one is one we can remember.
What a catch! They're having fun.
Hey, more things ahead for us, fellas. Let's go. Family, on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
What is happening to you guys? And welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate. I am your host, El Capitan, and tonight on the tailgate party that never seems to end, I make my triumphant return. So last week I was sick and, threw it off. The whole family gets sick when that happens. And Saturday we had a busy day. We had to go to Tampa from the other side and, kids, family, stuff like that. But I am back and I will be coming back to you in my regular time slots, coming at you with some action, some nonsense, some good stuff, some info, some rumors, some what have you. So I am back, you guys, and we will get this show back on the road and we will get into all the nonsense. So, there's the Super Bowl. I'm sure you guys all seen it. It was a damn good Super Bowl all the way up until how it ended. Just a terrible way for it to end. It was like, it was like foreplay without, the end. It was like, we gonna make out. We gonna, do this thing, and then it's a total freaking blue ball to come the end of this nonsense. It was terrible. I mean, congratulations to the Chiefs and them winning another Super Bowl in the past few years. They've been super competitive since Patrick Mahomes has showed up in the building. Well, I mean, let's be real. They've been super competitive even before Mahomes, ever since Andy Reid got there. But, now that they got Mahomes around, that team is just unstoppable. It was really the Philadelphia defense that kind of didn't really show up the way I thought they would in that game. But shout out to Jalen Hurts. I mean, guy played like a legit MVP. I mean, he broke the record for quarterback rushing touchdowns with 3. He, tied the record for touchdowns in a game with Terrell Davis with 3. That kid, he did everything he possibly could. And, people will only remember that last pass he took on the Hail Mary, which I don't know what the hell happened there. That was the dumbest play ever. I don't know why they didn't just say, hey, they're only going to rush 2, then have the whole entire O-line go out and let Jalen Hurts run with the football and try one of those things. But again, too little, too late. Really, the refs screwed everybody out of the, nail biting end we could have hoped for. What should have happened, a ticky-tacky flag there. Yeah, I get it. The guy did grab him, but it was such a non-call. Like, they get away with it all the time. They weren't calling it all day. It wasn't so egregious that everyone on earth was like, yeah, you screwed the pooch, buddy. It was, a little grab action inside, 5 yards, and it's whatever. It was anticlimactic, as they say. I think that's how you say it. Anticlimactic. Yeah. Anticlimactic, whatever the fuck you want to say. It doesn't really matter. It sucked come the end of it. But Jalen Hurts definitely giving us something to, as Dolphin fans, to hope for. If Tua can become something of what his counterpart has become. Jalen Hurts lost his job to Tua. In fact, they talked about it in the beginning of the Super Bowl, how, it was his swan song, his story. Tua took his job. He, went to a different college. Everyone said he wasn't going to make it. And here he is, 3 short years later in the Super Bowl, picked in the second round, the whole thing. And, with hopes and everything we've come to expect when we drafted the quarterback Tua Tagovailoa out of Alabama, we really thought that we were getting a guy that in year 3 we would be making a run in the playoffs. In year 4, we would be talking about winning our division and winning Super Bowls and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, the team is in great shape, but still, we have an immense amount of questions at the quarterback position, and we'll see what the Dolphins do with that. We're going to get into some articles I've got. There was interviews with Tua. There was tons of scheduled interviews with Tua that he ended up blowing off, all of them, after the Dan Le Batard question, which is, shock jocks ask shock jock questions. And now it's the most distasteful thing. And how dare he ask these questions? What? I'm sorry. The kid's got a concussion problem. I can't ask him about, a potential fatality because of it. I mean, after what we've seen with the DeMar Hamlin thing, it's puts things into perspective in football players that, yeah, this is a super dangerous sport. And when you're a guy that's, quote unquote, undersized and small, against dudes that are monsters out there, yeah, maybe it's something you did think about. I think it was a decent enough question to ask. I didn't, either way, it's just, what are we talking about? We can't ask people questions. We got to treat. Here's the thing that bothers me. Okay. You want to be a superstar. You want to be a millionaire. You want to, be a star quarterback. It's a figure. You get treated with special treatment all the time. All the time. But yet at the same time, you want the all the leeway that like regular people get. I'm just a regular person. Well, you can't have it both ways. You can't get special treatment for everything and then, not be treated like a regular person by asking them regular fucking questions, which are legitimate ones. So, I mean, are we just creating a balloon of what you can and can't do or say to people? Like, dude, we are entering a society of just absolute friggin' bullshit, dude. It's bullshit. You can't talk to people a certain way. I understand being disrespectful and everything like that, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I was grown up on friggin' Howard Stern or something. That guy didn't give a damn who he asked. Be like, hey, show me your titties. You know what I'm saying? Not that I think that that's a great thing to say to a woman, but you know what? When you show up on the Howard Stern show and you're a stripper, that's what he's going to ask you. If you're a freaking quarterback and you've been having concussions, I'm going to ask you about him. He didn't ask him about his old lady or his kid or nothing like that. It wasn't off topic. It wasn't after him personally. It was a real question. Yeah, I know it was a little, pokey McFunny-stein, but it wasn't to the point where I thought, Dan Le Batard, boo this man. I think it's boo friggin' Tua for having his people just straight cancel everything after that. And then beyond that, now the team, now the rumors of, the Dolphins, they pulled him out of all his interviews and you know what? The Miami Dolphins organization is freaking far too willing, able, and, desiring to stand up and protect someone like on an emotional level. It's just weird to me, bro. It's weird to think that like somebody has to be so protected all the time. It's I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not fair to regular folks. When you stick your foot in your mouth, we're allowed to call you out, myself included. I get called out. I fight back. I use my words. Sometimes if I got to use my freaking fists in some instance, so be it. But to just have a whole slew of people stand up, protect, and then, deflect and then make excuses and you just hide. It's just all it portrays this overwhelming weakness. And I'm sorry, but you'll never get respect in the world if you are acting this way, treated this way, and you can play ignorant all you want as if I didn't know they were doing this because you're in your little bubble, but that's like, hey, I didn't know the guy in the car had drugs in his pocket. Well, you're driving and you're going to prison too. It's guilty by association. Everything else, it's the same nonsense. I just can't, it bothers me, bro. It bothers me what this organization is becoming. It bothers me how super protective they are over just one person. And I mean, are they just so messed up from having Tannehill and him getting his spirit broken and that whole thing? Like, fuck all that shit, dude. It's just, oh God, I can't take it. I can't take it. I don't like it. It's again, it puts the sharks can smell blood in the water when you act like that. And I don't know. Like, how do you even know to yourself what's real or not? How do you even know if you're in such a sheltered, layered bubble that you're only surrounding yourself with people who whisper sweet nothings to you? Is anyone giving this man like cold, hard honesty? I mean, I imagine he's got some close people to him and his family, that talk about real issues like the concussion, like his future in the NFL. That has to be a fact. He even said so himself in that interview. And those are candid discussions, and I appreciate that. But you can't. I don't know, man. It's like, it's just like what I'm doing right now. I can't put my face on here telling you my opinions, spouting all the nonsense off at the mouth, then get pissed off if someone clips me and uses my own words against me. I'm not going to sit there and, you can't do that. You took it out of context. Like, what the you either get a thick enough skin to brush it off or fight back, but do nothing, or do nothing. Don't do anything, but don't act like, oh, I don't know, or I don't know what happened. I mean, it's just weird, bro. It's how is anyone, any other fan base, any other player, all this other stuff, how are we expected as Dolphin fans to get respect? How are we expected to be respected? And more importantly, feared? I know everybody wants to be loved. Fuck love. Fucking I don't need love from people. I got a family for love. I got a dog. You need love? Go get a fucking dog. You want to be feared in football. You want to be feared in your business, feared in industry, because then you're respected. Not feared because you're a bad person, feared because I'm a bad mofo if I need to be. That's what you are. That's how you got to be. That's how you got to act. And if you're not acting that way, you look weak. You look weak. You look like you just strangle or just ragdoll your little ass. I can't stand it, bro. It fucking drives me nuts. A couple days ago, before the Super Bowl, me and the boys were talking, on the phone, and it was some other stuff, but it was just, oh my God, man. Like, I'm glad I didn't go on. I was heated about what we were talking about. It doesn't have nothing to do with this situation, but again, it goes on to this weakness stuff. And it's not because I'm an unempathetic person. I believe that the weaker should be protected by the strong, but the strong don't need to be protected as if they're fucking weak. I can't stand it, bro. You can't protect the strong and the have-nots as if they're fucking regular people. No, you're a millionaire. You're a public figure. You're going to get the criticism. And if you don't like it, then get the fuck out of being it. Fuck you, bro. I mean, damn. What are we talking about? Damn, I didn't want to start a show off this way, but oh well. And then it's like, oh, you gotta, and people think that I'm like a guy that, won't say that I'm wrong or admit when I'm wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong all the time. Prove me wrong. Hurry up. God, please prove me wrong with this fucking quarterback and this team and the pussification of my Miami Dolphins that I'm seeing. It's just, I can't even wrap my head around it when we're inducting a guy like Zach Thomas into the Hall of Fame. Just, you think he wanted excuses? No, he didn't want excuses. And I remember, I forget who said it the other day. It was somebody we had on the panel, Joe. Yeah, he was like, well, Nick Saban was told by Zach Thomas, you can't talk to people like that, blah, blah, blah. That ain't how, Nick Saban came into the locker room and he was being a total dick. And it wasn't like everyone around there was like, he's being mean to me. No, they were like, listen, bro, I'm going to break your fucking face. You talk to me like that again. You know what I'm saying? They stood up like a man would and tell another man, I don't know who you think you're talking to, buddy, but unless you want to not speak anymore because you're going to be swallowing all your teeth, you're going to change your tone with me. Now I'm not expecting that from Tua, but I certainly don't like that the camp protects him from all this. It's just ridiculous, dude. But yeah, just a rant. Sorry, guys. Hit the like button on your way in. Subscribe if you're new. If you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, where else, make sure you guys are making the mild journey over to YouTube and subscribing here on the channel. checking out all the great content. We got myself with the Fins Tailgate. We got Lewis doing the Rabid Dolphin. We got color commentary coming at you. We got DTA doing Dolphins debriefs. You got Late Night Exhale on Saturdays with Ali, crushing it on the weekends. And we got some other stuff coming for you later down the pike. Cash App, Venmo, the Fins Tailgate, great ways to support the channel. Also, guys, make sure you're checking out the link in the description for Fanatics.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
So link in the description for all of our great gear. Make sure you guys are hitting that. And then, guys, we also have Backroom Collections. Use offer code TFTG to get 10%. And also, guys, new sponsor of the program, Doobie. Make sure you guys are hitting the link in the description for some Doobie energy drinks. Working on an offer code to hook you guys up. Damn it. It's fire energy drinks and stuff. Maybe we'll give some away. Shout out to everybody in chat. It's happening, everyone. Shout out to all the members, all the mods. Jay, Derek Carr. He's expected to be released tomorrow. So, Marino's Goat, what's going on, buddy? Pseudo Spike. John Featherland, what's happening? Hit the like button, everyone. Joe Levisque, member up in here. What's up, buddy? Cap for Life, another member. Shout out to all the members. Skylar Net Time, what's going on? Tuneers think that our defensive coordinator is going to help Tua to his next level because supposedly Vic did that to help Jalen Hurts. So, God, I don't know about all that. I think we've seen the level of Tua, and it's good enough to win football games in the NFL. Let's be real. It really is. He can execute at a high level, high enough to win a lot of football games, maybe even win a championship and a Super Bowl. The thing that holds him back is consistency and health. Now, right now, it's concussions when you pertain to health. But what will it be next year? Will it be the nagging rib injury? Will it be a nagging knee injury? Will it be a nagging ankle injury? Will it be a nagging butthole injury? What will it be next from this guy? Patrick Mahomes was hemmed up with a lower leg and ankle injury that happened I think it happened in the Bengals game. Might have happened before, but, and he got rolled up pretty good in that Super Bowl. Still won the game, still ran like 60 freaking yards on a run, hemmed up. I just don't see that type of fucking desire from Tua. And guess what? If he is hemmed up, every swinging fucking idiot from the idiot tree is going to come out and give you, well, he was injured. If he was 100%, it wouldn't have been like that. He got a hurt leg. I'm tired of the excuses, bro. And all of you guys are so happy. You're so happy that you have excuses for your failure. You waller in failure. It sickens me. It sickens me as a Dolphins fan. We didn't give a shit about failure. If you got a helmet and you got pads on, you fucking play. And if you're injured, you play through it. And if you fail, I don't want to hear excuses. I don't. You failed. That's it. And you see too many guys all the time overcome this stuff to then be, well, he threw interceptions because he hit his head and blah, 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 blah. And you know what? We're never going to get the full truth on what happened with the concussion because they already told you. Tua didn't even enter. Well, he entered concussion protocol after the Green Bay game, but they never did any due diligence. They never tried to bring him back. For all those people, for every asshole you heard on all these other platforms talking about they know Tua's coming back and that they heard this and don't worry, believe me, trust me, Tua's coming back in the playoffs. If the Dolphins would have won, he would have came back the next week. All that it's all bullshit. Y'all are full of shit because Tua straight up said he didn't even start the concussion protocol freaking steps until the season and the Dolphins were done. And the Dolphins did that. Why? To protect him from what? From what? From the concussion? From the concussion that was just a regular hit that he hit the back of his head on a ankle tackle? I mean, is that why they didn't start the concussion protocol? Because then all the poking and prodding and stuff like that couldn't have taken place. And then there's this record, the NFL's involved or something. I don't know. Just seems like a lot of shenanigans going on with this organization and this fucking kid. Why? What does Tua Tagovailoa have on this franchise to own the Dolphins fan base, the Dolphins organization, so much so? Are they that scared to just say, hey, we got to bring in competition for this guy? They're scared. Like, what are we talking about? We have waited so long for competent quarterback play that a 5th overall pick automatically means that? Didn't y'all learn your lesson with Tannehill? Apparently not. I don't get it, man. I really don't. What's up, Bonnie? What's up, Dolphins Realtor? Hit the like button. Kung Fu Tuna. Wonder if Tuna listens to the original Carl Douglas version of Nah, I don't know, buddy. Q, what's up, buddy? DTA, what's going on? Delusional Patriots fan, what up? Jamie, what's happening? League of Super Fans, what's up, Joe? I don't know if Jalen Hurts fumbled the game away. He did have that fumble, and that was super costly. But Crouching Tiger, Hidden Tua, what's up, buddy? That's pretty good. Batman's Pops, what's going on? Pasta Vazoo. What's going on? Baba Booey. Damn, crushing with the Baba Booey. Melon Trees, what's up? It's not how I wanted to spend the next 7 months. We could make good moves and still stay at the end of the day. Will Tua be able to play a full season? Yeah, man, that's kind of what I'm saying, bro. Like where are we going to be next year? Like, I feel like just too many people so badly want the quarterback search to end that they're willing to do whatever it takes to make Tua that end, no matter what. That we have a quarterback one, just build everything else. Don't worry about quarterback. We have one. We drafted a guy 5th overall. Now, you want all the context in the world to make excuses for him, but you don't want to have all that same or equal to amount of context of why I think we should move off of him. It's like, no, he got better. Well, wait a minute. That first coach was hurting his psyche. Dude, man, I don't like that, bro. If another man can overcome your will with just words, then you need fucking help, bud. You need to go to the gym. I don't know what you need to do. And I mean, look, there's only so much. It's why people quit their job. Their boss is a dick. They're like, you know what? Fuck you, buddy. And I get it. You need the money, you need the job. But I mean, I guess Tua can't really quit, but he could do something about it. And you're like, well, Capitan, what can he do? I don't fucking know. I don't have millions of dollars at my disposal. I'm going to go out on social media, say some shit, do a fucking interview. This guy's a prick. Say something, do something. Oh, the organization's going to stop him. What? The organization is doing everything to coddle him? I mean, damn, bro. Whoa, bro. And yeah, ML Fins, what's going on? Scott, what's happening? Armando on Facebook, he goes, it showed yesterday you have to be somewhat agile and run as a QB. Yeah, that's another thing, bro. Like it used to be you got a young quarterback and either out the gates, the guy, had freakish arm talent, and you were, trying to figure out how to get him to be a better pocket passer or something like that. Or the son of a bitch, because he was 22, 21 years old, was just faster than everybody. You know what I'm saying? He's just quick enough, able to escape out of the pocket, buy time with his legs. We don't get none of that shit. We don't get none of that. Like, where's my young quarterback? Where's the guy that's, young and using his young man ability? You get older, you get a little wiser, you don't have those abilities anymore, but because of the wisdom, it makes up for the length of time in the game. That's everybody knows. But no, we don't get that. It's a pain in the ass, dude. What's going on, Andres? California, what's up, buddy? DDG, what's going on? Yeah, it's definitely tough love the team is lacking. Well, no, we had plenty of tough love, but it was just too tough. It was kind of the thing I liked about Flores. He had that old school coach mentality, but I get it. Look, if he wasn't, damn, he joined the Globo gyms. Look, he joins fucking Globo gym. He's gonna get tough. Hashtag butthole injury. I know, right? No, Fangio is officially not, signed as a Dolphin, but like that's coming in the next day or so. It was official back when I said it was. It's just taking everyone else to catch up. See, I don't think that's necessary, Carroll City, to build the team all over, inside and out, top to bottom. It's just not. And for the misses Chris Greer he has just as many hits. And no further evidence other than the talent that this team possesses right now on both sides of the ball, either it be in free agency or drafts or, picking up guys on the waiver wire, dudes like Sealer or whomever. Schematically, what he envisioned as a GM for what type of offense he wants to run to what type of defense he wants to run. Hiring coaches, Mike McDaniel seems to be pretty solid. Getting Vic Fangio in here, how they, shake out the rest of the position coaches. They're looking at that dude from the Chargers right now as a secondaries coach. Can't remember his name. I know his dad was a friggin' coach of the Vikings for a while. But, this team is chock full of talent. It is. It's just a looming question at the quarterback position. And it's not so much can he play to the level of a good, starting NFL quarterback. I think we have the answer. Yeah, he can play to the level of a good starting NFL quarterback. But is he a franchise quarterback? Is he a guy that can rise up, make guys better? That's the question, bro. Can he get guys to play better? I don't know. Could Tua be worth the Texans' 12th pick? No, Carroll City. See, that's the shame of it all. Like, Tua effectively is not worth what we drafted him at, and we couldn't recoup a first-round pick, even if it was the 32nd pick. There isn't an organization out there outside of maybe the Panthers, and which I know their owner is smitten with Tua and that Alabama, Carolina connection that he'd like to put together for the fan base. Maybe Atlanta. I doubt it, though. There's just not an organization that would want to hitch their wagon to a quarterback that's got 1 year on his contract left. outside of the 5th-year option if the Dolphins pick it up, and a slew and fucking waterfall of injuries that come along with it. It's just it's a fact. And you'd almost just have to just wash your hands of it. And I know that sounds ridiculous to say, because the Dolphins aren't going to do that. I don't know. I mean, as much as Chris Greer's done to build this team, is that going to be the end of it? I don't fucking know, bro. Again, if it were me, I would go for broke and get Lamar. And now, listen, that very well may be what the Dolphins do, but it's not going to happen before this draft. So after the draft, if Lamar, isn't signed or traded with somebody else, I can see the Dolphins making serious inquiries about getting Lamar Jackson here, who I know for a fact to a close, reliable source to the Lamar camp that this was a place he envisions himself playing at. Now, would he love to? Would he like to play here? Sure. Are the Dolphins interested in him? I believe so. Will they pull the trigger? Will they make it happen? Will the Ravens and the Dolphins be able to find terms? The Dolphins would have to make some serious maneuvering with the cap, but they can easily manipulate it to bring a guy like him in and pay for him. But I just don't see the Dolphins making something like that happen. I just don't. Strictly because that's just not how. It's just not what they're gonna do, guys. It's just not. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do it for a million reasons. I don't know. Aqua. I don't know if Lamar's the answer. I don't know if Rodgers would be the answer. I just know Tua's not. And I don't know that either. I just feel the most that he's not. If you had me weigh Lamar over Tua, I'd pick Lamar 99.9% of the time. If he had, Rodgers over Tua, I'd pick Rodgers 99.9% of the time. But that still doesn't mean I'm right. Still doesn't mean I'm wrong either. I do know that if I look 3 years from now and Tua's not playing in the NFL and Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson both are playing and or either one has gotten a Super Bowl, I'm going to think about what the Dolphins should and could have done, just like everybody else in this fan base will do. Going, oh, we fucked ourselves like with Drew Brees on this one. That's what we're all going to talk about. That's what we're going to look at. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's a done deal. So, Scott or S. Harris, I mean, didn't you just hear me? I said that. It's a done deal. Unless the Dolphins make serious inquiries after the draft, you're right. We're going to ride it out with Tua, where he's going to be baby daddy around here, and everybody's going to be able to suck him off all fucking year, making up their fucking stats, talking about him top 3 in the league, number 3 quarterback in the NFL, which is utterly fucking ridiculous. It's just so stupid. Top 3 quarterback would be one of the final quarterbacks left. It's just fucking stupid, guys. You guys have the world has been completely warped with information overload. It's information overload. I don't have to give you the facts because there ain't any. I just throw a whole bunch of shit at you and you can, eat whatever garbage you want and come to the conclusion I want you to be at, which is what serves the millionaires, billionaires, and bullshit the most. Who do you think, who's winning in this? Certainly ain't us. Certainly ain't us fans. Certainly ain't us with our one playoff appearance in umpteenth years that we go and just falter again. So Lamar is more hurt than Tua, and Deshaun is trash. I don't see how you could say that. Lamar is more hurt than Tua. It's just so stupid. It's just a dumb thing to say. Guys, whatever. Whatever. Lamar has accomplished more in fucking 2 years than Tua has in the past 3. His career is far and away more, better. He's far and away more dynamic than Tua can ever be, but whatever. You guys are right. Lamar's a piece of shit. He sucks. He's a terrible quarterback. He'll never win nothing. And Tua's the greatest quarterback that ever walked the face of the earth. We should all kiss the ground he walks on. I'm going to kiss my kids while they sleep and whisper, Tua loves you every night, just like all of you Tua sexuals do. It's just not even fun anymore, dude. It's not. You're taking the piss right out of it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What's up, Canes? I know, California. Paul H. Jimmy QAnon. Jimmy G. I don't know. Jimmy G, I don't fucking know. I know nothing about him. Are Tuniers worse than him? Yeah, Tuniers are the worst. They're the worst, bro. The absolute worst. I've never seen such cold worship. I mean, they would smack the shit out of their own mother. It's just crazy, dude. It really is. I've never seen anything like this in my life. So, Barry Jackson article coming out of the Miami Herald. Little bit of Dolphins notes and news, but the main topic of conversation in the article is Tua's discusses his concussion, what he had to do during concussion protocol, a little bit of yada, yada, yada on this. So I love these articles that they do. It's a 6-pack of information, they call it. When Dolphins quarterback Tagovailoa made the tour of Radio Row, a tour cut short, at the Super Bowl on Friday, the big takeaway was revealed that he would be taking judo lessons on Fridays this offseason to try to learn how to fall and reduce the chance of future concussions. Beyond that factoid, initially revealed to Kay Adams, Tagovailoa made other notable remarks in 4 other interviews during the promotional appearances presented by Subway. Ugh. I'm not a big Subway fan. In an interview with USA Today, Tagovailoa said clearing concussion protocol, he was in it from December 26th to February 1st. It felt like it took forever. Quote, for concussion protocol, I think the team did me a big service throughout that. They never allowed me to go through protocol normally until the season was done. So that's why it might have seemed like it took forever, but they were just protecting me from myself. And me and my family are very thankful to the Dolphins, but it really entailed a lot of exertion. So, like running ocular and whatever BS movements, so like balance, dude. Having went to see the doctor in Pittsburgh, got cleared, yada, 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 memory test. Asked about the playoff loss in Buffalo, Tua said, I'd like to think every time I'm out there it would be different, but I'm not going to take away any credit from the Bills or take away any credit from how our guys performed. We played our hearts out. It's not easy to do what Skylar Thompson did. He played in a playoff game before I even played in a playoff game in my career, which, this is the stuff that I think we all appreciate about Tua. He's He's a boldly honest guy about things. So there you go, Tua ears. Tua admitting he's never played in a playoff game and giving Skyler his flowers, saying he'd played in one before him. Asked on the Dan Lebitard show about why he skipped the Pro Bowl, Tagovailoa said, "I'm good. I didn't think it was necessary. The first thing I came back to do in football related wasn't team related with the Dolphins. That was one of the big reasons I didn't attend. Also, I'm a new father. I'm spending time with my son and trying to help out my wife, get him on a sleep schedule." Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was poking fun about the Pro Bowl thing, but it would have been distasteful for him to come back and play in the Pro Bowl. It's almost like a Fugazi Pro Bowl at that point. You're the alternate. You make it in there. You fought valiantly, and then you go to the Pro Bowl. That's fine. But you don't sit on concussion protocol for weeks and weeks and weeks and then show up in the Pro Bowl like, hey, I'm a Pro Bowl football player. I haven't played in 2 months, but hey, what's happening, guys? Just seems fucking stupid. Tua Tagovailoa told Yahoo Matt Harmon, I hear people telling people that are in my close circle, like, hey, like you should retire. Hey, you should do this. And I feel like I've heard it all. But I think I've had all the information that I need to know to move forward with the decision that I've made with me and my wife and my family, and understanding that you're playing this sport, understanding and knowing the precautions that these things can happen. It's football. It's a physical sport. So I would say that's probably the most asked question is about the concussions. Asked about during his CBS HQ interview on whether the NFL can do anything to prevent his concussions, he said, no. This is a violent sport. We all know what we are signing up for. It's my situation. It was bad luck. Man, this kid's got the worst luck ever. I mean, how many 1 in a million shots is this young man going to take in his life? You 1 in a million, friggin' rib injury when he got injured. 1 in a million on his thumb on how it happened. 1 in a million on how his hip. Bad luck with the head injuries. I mean, it's just I just don't know. It's such a liability. The Dolphins conveyed in some players during exit interviews that they want them back, but they apparently haven't begun the process of negotiating with their 25 plus free agents. That's typical. That typically happens beginning in late February after the team has done a full evaluation of the roster. The Dolphins are $16.4 million over the cap per overthecap.com, and likely need to restructure deals of Tyreek Hill, Emmanuel Ogbah, Teron Armstead, and potentially others before the mid-March start of free agency. If you missed this, the Dolphins, per NFL Network, requested an interview with Chargers assistant Tom Donatel. That's who it was named. I knew it. For their secondaries coach, job. Sam Madison was retained as the cornerbacks coach, but the Dolphins need a new safeties coach after parting with Steve Gregory. So looks like they are interviewing him for the safety role. Donatel is the son of Ed Donatel, was an assistant secondary coach for the Chargers for the past 2 years. Before that, he had begun his NFL career at Seattle's defensive quality control coach for 4 years. The Dolphins are expected to announce the hiring of defensive coordinator Vic Fangio in the next few days. Fangio, who assisted the Eagles in the Super Bowl preparation the past 2 weeks, likely will have the input on hiring of the safeties coach and outside linebackers coach. Dolphins impending free agent running back Raheem Moser, who was also on Radio Row interviews, said this about Tagovailoa in a chat with SiriusXM's Adam Shine with Shine On Sports. I will say he's definitely our guy moving forward. I don't see how he could say that. He's not even fucking signed with the team, but all right. But he has to take care of himself first and foremost. I'm all about health. This year, he definitely stepped up and he did his thing, and it's definitely going to be a bright future for him. On Coach Mike McDaniel, Moser said, I think the thing that has been portrayed enough is his authenticity and his brilliance. The guy knows football in and out like the back of his hand. He understands the game and knows what he has to do. When we had those losses, whether it was tight and we lost by 3 points, 2 or here or even a touchdown, he'll go back and be like, I made the messed up call. I made a call that wasn't suitable for the offense, or he'll take that blame, which is awesome because as a head coach, you don't hear that too much about coaches come out and be like, I made that bad call. It was my part. Like, yeah, I got to do a better job. I don't know. I hear that all the time from coaches. And he'll confront us and tell us in the locker room at the moment if we've lost the game, be like, hey, look, I'll do a better job. I get it. I'm so sick of these ass-kissing things. You know what? Fuck this shit. I ain't reading any more of this. Such an ass-kissing event all the time. It's always like, oh, I did this and I did that, and I get it. Everybody fucking loves everybody. It's great. I'm happy that this team is a good team. I'm happy that they like each other. I'm happy that they play cohesively. I just, let's win cohesively. Let's keep our eye on victories. Let's stop with all this other nonsense, bro. It's just is what it is. Oh, is it officially announced, Q? Did they just officially announce it? That Derek Carr was released by the Raiders? I mean, it was going to happen. Everybody knows that. Who gives a shit? Yeah, sure. Officially or breaking news. Let's hit the breaking news icon. Live breaking news. The Raiders let go of Derek Carr. Ooh, go get him. Fuck that. Don't bring me Carr. Don't solve all my problems with another guy who can't cut it. Please, don't do that to me. God, dude. Derek Carr, just another one of those guys who just keeps making you, hey, it's going to be there. He's got all the tools. He's going to be good. He's a good quarterback. Oh, look at that. Threw 5,000 yards. Must be here and arrive. Up. Loses his fucking job. Get out of here, Derek Carr. Tired of sons of bitches like this. This is what I mean, guys. Derek Carr, pocket passer. Not super agile, doesn't have the strongest arm, but can do it as a quarterback, can play in the NFL, can be competitive, But what does he do? Like, what is he? Like, hey, yeah, you're a great quarterback. It's like Cousins. It's like, yeah, Cousins, always has a great wide receiver, always throwing to somebody and making their career, or they're making his career. Who the hell knows? But what are they getting? Where's your victories, bro? Where's your clinching the division? Where's you winning the Super Bowl? What's it really amount to? Riddle me this. Like, I don't know, man. Like, no, Derek Carr's not better. Carr's better than Tua, though, El Cab. No, Jarvis, he's not. He's the same thing, bro. They're the same guy. If for all you people that love Derek Carr, just realize Derek Carr and Tua are the same guy. Just one throws with his right hand, the other throws with its left. In 9-10 years, Tua will have a freaking MVP type season of 5,000 yards. But what will it get you? When shit hits the fan, what does he have to go? Fuck everybody. I'm going to be the best athlete on the field. Certainly ain't arm talent or arm strength. So you can take that right off. So is he going to run away from people? No, it can't. It's just like, Patrick Mahomes, dude has a cannon for an arm, but he also can throw the ball freaking like that. and still sling the bitch 30 yards. But even then, son of a bitch will run. He'd take off running and run away from people. A little scurry, a little late. Looks like he's all running the balls out here. He's like, But guess what? Ain't nobody catching him until it's too late. He's already 30 yards downfield. I mean, yeah, okay, Lamar Jackson, but he's taking off running. He gets tackled from behind. He doesn't lay there. He ain't fucking hemmed up. He's hobbling around on his ankle, and then he sprints away. I mean, that's what I need in my life. You know, that's why I look at, God, dude, it's sad when you look at Jalen Hurts and you're like, damn, wish I had a mobile quarterback, dual threat quarterback. God, I've wanted one for so long. I don't know what happened. Give me a dual threat quarterback. I mean, how many first down runs did Jalen Hurts have last night? How many times did he make the Chiefs defense, who played amazing? How many times did he make them pay with his legs, bro? And then that just, dude, having a mobile quarterback just fucks a defense up so bad. You could do everything perfect, except he just took a little too long, and now there's space there, and this son of a bitch just takes off running. You're Dolphin fans. How many mobile quarterbacks have just destroyed our lives for years? We're like, God, these fucking... No, bro. Pat White, did you see how little that guy was? God, I never believed in him. I'm like, whoa, this guy? Like, he better run fast because somebody could get a hold of him and kill him. No Joe, no Pat White. Guy was a bum. It's too tiny. Just too damn small. It's exhausting. Man, I hope everybody's hitting the like button. There's not. Got not even half the likes. I ain't doing another fucking thing till everybody gets these likes up right now. Fuck all that. Them likes up, y'all. I'm just looking at these cards I got on here, you know, and I got a lot of Dolphins players. Like, that's all Dan right here. You know, I got John Offerdahl over here. You know, I got Zach Thomas. Fucking Deion Sanders, Barry Sanders. Fucking Emmitt Smith. John Elway right there. Bo Jackson, who's my favorite athlete of all time. Fucking Randall Cunningham, who I loved. Guy was a monster. And we got over here, we got the Marks brothers with Zach on top. Got Joe Montana and Brian Cox over there. Fucking third and long, Surehand McGee, freaking OJ McDuffie. You know, Irving Fryer, Troy Vincent. Mark Ingram, all that good stuff. I don't know. Just where are these guys at? Yeah, I keep this place up, bro. For the most part, you know. I just, you know, I wonder, you know, all these guys that we've had that were good Dolphins players for a long time, you know, over the years. What are the dudes? What stands out from the guys that are just guys to guys that are greats, guys that stick around? You know, how does a guy become a Cameron Wake? You know, how does a guy become like a good football player, a dude you can count on? You know, I don't know. It's such a tricky business. First things first, they got to want it. They got to be like a psychopath about having it, about wanting it, about becoming it. Luck. Let's be real. A lot of luck is involved. Yeah, Joe, maybe some steroids too. But, damn, Jay, you been in bed for 4 days? Why, bud? Sucks. I've got Chris Chambers. I don't have any Jarvis Landry cards, but I got a Jarvis Landry jersey. But yeah, I got a Chris Chambers card. But it's just, I look at a guy like Jalen Phillips, Jalen Waddle, like those guys. Think anyone's gonna break them emotionally? Think anyone's gonna tell Jalen Waddle and break him emotionally and put him in a box and not give him his due? No, you don't. That guy's too damn talented to keep off the field. Jalen Phillips, think anyone's going to stop that guy? Fuck, he already had concussion problems. Didn't stop him. He got it figured out. He, trained better. He got bigger. He got stronger. I mean, he thought he was out of football. And what did he do? He wanted it more. Wanted it again. Said, nothing's taking this. This is mine. Look at him. Dude got drafted in the first round. He's killing it. It's going to be a great around here. I can feel it. I can look at it and go, damn, that boy, whew, that kid's going to be great. Not good, great. And he is. Christian Wilkins, that son of a bitch is a great football player, bro. Like, what do these guys have? That no one's gonna bully them. No one's gonna tell them what they can and can't do. Matter of fact, when people they welcome deniers, haters, as you want to call it, whatever you want to call them, they're fine with that criticism because they're here to prove you wrong. You're nothing but fuel for their internal fire. I don't know. Maybe it's sociological. Maybe it's a time of the, changing the times. El Capitan, I told everyone if the Fins win one Super Bowl, just one, I'll be content with the Fins because decent for the next 10 years. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. I know. Like, I just want to see it. I don't give a shit who it is, but I hear what you're saying, Miami Sports Jay. I feel you. Like, it's just been so long. I think at this point, the fan base is so starved for just relevancy. That's the thing. Like, they're just happy that people are talking about them. They're just happy that the media talks about the Dolphins. And forever, guys, as Dolphin fans, we would sit here and we would find any and everything. We would scour the freaking internet far and wide. And we would just hope to hear ESPN, Sports Center, CBS, whatever these stations are, any of them, just say something about the Dolphins. Give us something. And then all of a sudden comes Tua, and it was such a hype. The Dolphins are being talked about, getting Tua. They get Tua. And let's be real, Tua is an absolute larger than life figure as far as it comes with the media personality. It's its own, living, breathing organism. Can't even talk about the guy without, the numbers going up and all that stuff. But do we want relevancy or do we want Super Bowls? I know what I want. I don't give a shit if I don't know any of these guys' names. No offense to them. I love all the players. Again, I just got done telling you, I think Jalen Phillips, Jalen Waddle, Javon Holland, a lot of these guys are super, super great football players and could be, great for years and years to come. I don't see their star, burning out anytime soon. Matter of fact, I don't even think it's gotten to as bright as it can for a lot of these guys. But, I would trade any name on any jersey and any fucking anything just for a Super Bowl win. So, but, yeah, I know what you're saying, Scott. He has only gotten 11.5 sacks for a, first round pick, and he's a great football player, but that man's going to command, $100 million plus contract. But I don't know. At this point, you might as well sign him. They should have traded him this year. What do I know? And honestly, them trading Bradley Chubb for that first round draft pick, that was it. That was it. They were like, yep, this team, outside of a piece here or there, we're ready and set to go. Offensively, defensively, a couple little filler guys, some depth guys. That's it. We are literally going to run it back next year. Or they're going to not pay a Christian Wilkins, and they're going to, shake a bunch of guys down, and they're going to go get a quarterback. I just don't see that happening. So I really, really don't. But hey, crazier things have happened, I guess. Crazier things have happened. All right, so let's get this Fangio defense thingy-mabob in here. What does Fangio's defense mean for Dolphins defenders? Daniel Foussier, great article. With Super Bowl 57 coming to an end, Fangio has concluded his time as a consultant for the Philadelphia Eagles, which I told everybody, and I was getting fucking laughed at. They were like, oh, that's not how it works. He's a consultant. He can leave anytime. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a liar, oh, Capitan. I'm like, no, bro. He works for them. He's not going to fucking leave till they're out of it. He stayed in it all the way, and it makes sense, too, because if he would have won the Super Bowl, he would have had a Super Bowl ring. He'd be a Super Bowl fucking defensive consultant. The longtime coordinator arrival means new philosophies, principles, and potentially different roles for Miami defenders who have played in a much different system in recent years. It's not going to be that much different, to be honest with you guys. He's been a huge help. Uh-oh, Vern. What happened? Page went back on me. He's been a huge help. Defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon told Miami Herald at the Super Bowl opening night last Monday. He's a fantastic mastermind and a really good friend. It's just extremely well coached. Gannon added about Fangio's defense, and that's coming from the top down. I think more so anything that scheme. I think more so anything that scheme or coverages or anything. His guys are in the right place a lot of the time. If you're watching tape and you know what the ball looks like, his defense looks like good ball. Fucking terrible sentence, dude. What a horrible quote. Here's what Fangio's system could mean for several Dolphins defenders. Xavier Howard. Since entering the NFL as a second-round pick in 2016, Howard has been one of the best cornerbacks in the league. He's been one of the most indispensable players on the Miami Dolphins defense because of his ability to shadow top wide receivers and use his football intelligence to intercept passes. But Howard, admittedly, had a season that was below his standard in 2022. His 15.6 yards per completion allowed was a career worst, according to Pro Football Reference. and he dealt with a groin injury in the first half of the season. In Fangio's scheme, which uses a lot of high rates of zone coverage, Howard, who turns 30 in July, won't be asked to follow opposite wideouts as much as he has, but cover a particular spot in the field. Howard has a great recognition of route concepts, and with more snaps in zone coverage and his eyes on the quarterback, Fangio could unlock Howard's IQ in a different way to impact the game. Javon Holland. Holland has put together 2 seasons. To me, real quick, Javon Holland is the grease in the Fangio's defense. Like, he is going to be Fangio is going to use him in ways that at times it's going to be all Holland, and at other times it's going to be all because of him, meaning that, like, you're going to see the defense break containment, and it's going to be because of a missed tackle by Holland. So it's going to be, he'll probably get the most interceptions, the most big plays. He'll probably go to the friggin' Pro Bowl, maybe even get an all-pro nod when it's all said and done in this Fangio defense. But you're going to see him give up some big plays because at times it really leaves that safety out on, with no help at times, and really in particularly in the run game. So Holland has put together 2 seasons that have established himself as one of the up-and-coming safeties in the league, but a bigger role could await Holland in Fangio's scheme, which often disguises pre-looks, pre-snap, and post-snap. In 2020, safety Justin Simmons, who led Fangio's Broncos with 5 interceptions and was named to his sole Pro Bowl. Simmons patrolled the back end of Denver's secondary, but also played close to the line of scrimmage, logging 319 snaps in the box, according to Pro Football Focus. Holland has shown the ability to blitz the quarterback. He only trailed teammate Brandon Jones in pass rush snaps among safeties in 2021, and with fewer responsibilities as a deep safety, he could return to a more versatile role. Kader Kohou, which, what a gem that guy is. Kohou became the latest undrafted gem the Miami Dolphins have found, starting 15 games as a rookie. Though he played significant snaps at outside corner, most of his snaps came from the slot, that's where his long-term projection is. In the Dolphins, if the Dolphins have better health at cornerback in 2023 and Kohou can return to the nickelback on every down basis, it's a position where he could thrive in his second year as a Dolphins player. Part of Fangio's principles in the run defense is funneling the ball carrier to the outside so players can come from depth and make the stop. Kohou is not only sticky in coverage, but he's one of the defense's most reliable tacklers, which he is, dude. He was never dropping arm tackles. I love that guy. With the role closer in the box, Fangio could use Kohou not only in coverage, but in the run defense and maybe even as a blitzer too, something we didn't really see out of Kohou in the blitzing. Brandon Jones. God, we missed that guy this year. Brandon Jones began the 2022 season as Holland's running mate at safety, his season ended in week 7 because of a torn ACL. Before his injury, he was again taking on the role as one of the best blitzing safeties in the NFL and a trusted defensive back in the box. Fangio's scheme uses 2 high shells often, placing both safeties deep in coverage. In his early career, Jones had struggled at times in coverage. Once Jones returns to the field, one of the most intriguing questions is how Fangio will use his talented safety. Does Miami target another safety in free agency? If so, the Dolphins could play more 3 safety packages, with Jones effectively playing the nickel cornerback or dime linebacker position. I could totally see him in that dime package at the linebacker position, which is so you put him back there and you have, and honestly, this is why I see them trying to re-sign Nick Needham as long as the money makes sense. And because Needham can play that too. And you can have Needham, Kohu, Jones, all those guys out there, and you don't know who's playing safety at any given moment. And they give you a lot of pre-snap looks, and then they switch your Rui. And even if you recognize the switch, you still don't know who's playing what position when you have that too high shell and one comes down in the box, but he's actually a safety when he was sitting there as the corner and he slides out. With a guy like Nick Needham and a guy like Brandon Jones, and these guys able to slide inside and outside at the nickel and dime packages, bro, it's gonna be so good. Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips. Over the years, Fangio's defense have brought out the best of many pass rushers, including Chubb, who had 7.5 sacks in 2020 and was named to the Pro Bowl as a member of the Broncos. While there's not a lot of focus on what Fangio does in the secondary, while there is a lot of focus on what Fangio does in the secondary, he's also able to manufacture pressure with exotic schemes and isolate his edge rushers with favorable matchups. Similar to his previous defense, Chubb and Phillips will have to be stout against the run and drop into coverage at times, but their pass rushing protection should also be beneficiaries of Fangio's presence. The edge players are very important to the 3-4 defense Vic and I have been running these last 8 years. Former Broncos Ed Donnell, who is Fangio's defensive coordinator in Denver, said in 2019, you need guys who can compress the edge. You need guys who can rush the passer. Yeah, it's going to be fun, hybrid inside and out. I can't wait to see it. I really think that we're going to be able to, have a good time, have some fun, see this defense get back to, what Boyer really just couldn't do. They want this defense to be a more, it's something we were hoping that could happen by drafting Jalen Phillips, by, getting I know Emmanuel Ogbah got injured and that really put a lot of pressure on the D-line, but we want manufactured pressure from our front four. And Boyer that's not his strong suit. Boyer is a secondaries guy. He can do the blitzes. He runs that zero blitz. It did pretty good, but the Dolphins, couldn't do that because you were going to leave guys like Cater Kohu, a rookie, all alone on the outside. And if that blitz didn't get home and, you hit it, they were housing that bitch. So I get why he didn't use it as much as he could or wanted to. But, it was a perfect storm for a guy like Boyer. Jones missing the whole season, then Brandon Jones going down and Xavier Howard being nicked up and just the secondary getting chewed up, really wanting to do the things that he wanted to do. Plus there was a scheme change and ideology change. The Dolphins tried to see if Boyer could fit the ideology change that they want to have for their defense, and he can't do it. And that's all there is to it. Given some time, Boyer will probably be a damn good defensive coordinator one day. But probably he'll end up getting a job with the Vikings, working underneath what's his name, who got the defensive coordinator job. If they can, if Brian Flores can give him a good old, hey, how's he doing? So, yeah, I'll be excited to see how the Dolphins, use everybody. It's not going to be too different, guys. It's not. I know we could sit here and talk about it. As far as the defensive front, it's going to look more like a base 4-3 defense at times. You're going to see a lot of where it looks like there's 3 guys on one side of the line and there's only one on the other side. And it's just like, you're like, wow, they're really bringing all that pressure from that one side. Well, it only appears as such while everything else is flushing to the side that they, which is the defensive weak side, but it's actually schemed for you to go that way where the linebackers can come up and plug the holes. And, it just gives all that moments of time where the quarterback, if it is a pass, he's going to look in this area, and they already scheme that as such with a nickel or a safety coming around. That's how they do it, man. You give fronts and you give back end looks to the quarterback so they can either audible or run the play, and you're set in a way that you feel comfortable, that you know what to do if this happens. And it just has to be well coached. And these guys are pros, and we've got the talent to do everything that needs to be done. And I don't think they're going to ask them to do too many different things from some guys. There's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for some of the guys, but I mean, dude, guys like Cater Kohu took everything the Dolphins threw at him. Guys like Nick Needham, his career has taken everything that they've thrown at him. Brandon Jones, I'd like to see him take another step in coverage, but let's see how he comes back from injury and what they ask him to do. Lots of good stuff. But yeah, guys, it was gonna always be a shorter show tonight. I didn't plan on going too long. Shows are gonna be a little bit shorter here and there. I'm gonna probably do, still do Friday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sundays. We'll get into some more panels later in the week. Probably on Fridays and Sundays, we'll do some more panels around here. But guys, make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribing if you're new. Checking out all the great content we have here on the program. We always appreciate you guys checking out all the great content. Myself with the Fins Tailgate. We got Lewis with the Rabid Dolphin. We got color commentary. We got Dolphins Debrief with DTA. Late Night Exhale with Ali. We got some Shake Money coming at you. All kinds of good stuff. Make sure you guys are, partaking. Thank you to all the members. All the mods, keeping things clean in there. Make sure you guys are getting your membership, supporting the show, donating, super chats, all that good stuff. And, that's going to be it, guys. I will see you guys later, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Fins up, everybody.